Hi, my name is Katie Weatherup and I'm a shamanic practitioner, and with the help of my guides I have this new healing protocol that I would love to share. And this relates to your core essential soul note or vibration or essence. And as a former engineer, I have all these physics terms that I like to talk about because it makes a really good analogy for me. So I could describe it in terms of music, like your soul note, or I could describe it in terms of vibration, the frequency that is unique to the individual that your soul vibrates at, or I could describe it as light, the particular colors of light that come from an individual soul. But we all have this essential nature that could be described as music or light or vibration, and as all of those and none of those, that is unique to who we are as an individual, as a soul that's incarnate. And we never lose that vibration. However, as humans, all these other vibrations act upon us. We're experiencing them all the time. And so you have these experiences where you walk into a room and it wakes up your vibration of happiness, when you're with loved ones or friends, or maybe you go to the DMV and, it's not quite as enjoyable a vibrational experience. And we're interacting with vibration and energy all the time, everywhere we go, everything we do. And as humans, we have the capacity to vibrate this incredible range of notes and experiences. And the challenge is that over time, we can end up sort of taking on other vibrations of the world and losing our strong connection to our own personal vibration. So for example, if you have a tuning fork that's attuned to middle C, you can strike that tuning fork and it'll play that note. So when you strike this tuning fork, it plays the note of middle C. But if it's just laying on the desk and nothing is interacting with it and it hasn't been struck and hasn't been woken up, it's just sitting there with the potential to vibrate middle C. It's not actually vibrating that note. And I feel like a lot of people's essential core soul note gets diminished in this way. So they're holding the potential to vibrate their note or their energy, but it's more in potential form than expression. They've sort of gotten caught up in the different energies of the world. And so the healing that I'm really excited to offer involves sort of reawakening and reactivating that core soul note. So I do a journey and I go into sacred space and I call in your guides and have them hold space and then draw down the vibration or the light or the energy of your soul note and infuse it through all the aspects of your being. And some of the aspects we get along with really well, and other aspects might be disowned or disenfranchised or disconnected. And this endeavors to move this vibration through all the aspects of our being, the ones we adore and are really proud of, and maybe the ones we don't feel quite so good about. This is a particularly great healing to have after you've had a soul retrieval. So part one just amplifies this beautiful vibration that's unique to you inside of you, moves it through your whole energy body, through all of your different soul parts or essences, and then it can be used to sort of push out other people's energy. It just sort of vibrates out places where you've taken on other people's stuff or energy or fears or pain. And so it's this really nice, gentle cleansing by just filling you up with your own energy. And then the second step is that it reharmonizes all the different aspects to this core soul note. And I'm going to use another analogy. So years ago I was in a Celtic folk band, and I'm not a particularly talented singer. I worked really hard and I love that I get to have the experience, but we were doing these 5-part vocal harmony. And when you hear 5 voices come together in tight, close harmony, all singing their own unique note, but notes that harmonize, it's a beautiful sound. But when you have the discordant sound of somebody, who is often me, slightly off their note, it harshes the whole thing and it kind of vibrates inside of your skull and feels awful. And a lot of people maybe haven't heard that because people who are professional musicians are really good at locking in, being on key, being in harmony, that kind of connection. So what I would offer is that sometimes through the odd ways that we're mirrored, the trauma of life, the different reflections, there are parts of us that might get sort of tweaked out of their ability to harmonize with our core soul note. So you can imagine that, any given chakra has this incredible range of notes it can play that ideally harmonize with the core soul note. But somebody who lacked safety and security might have some damage to their root chakra. So when their root chakra tries to do the work of ensuring safety and security, it might have some notes that aren't congruent with the whole that it plays in an effort to sort of align with what it's gotten the message would be what would provide safety and security. So that's where you see somebody doing unsustainable things like working way too many hours and compromising their health in the interest of making money and providing security. Or maybe it's a solar plexus chakra issue where we've taken on this idea that our sense of self is tied to how other people feel about us. So what this work does, and is designed to do, is an energetic intervention to bring parts that have started to vibrate notes that are dissonant with the whole back into harmonizing with that core soul note. So it's this adjustment to sort of remind the part that this core soul note is at the core, and then the vibrational frequencies, because it's amazing, it's so cool to get to express this wide range of emotions and feelings and experiences and nuances, but we want them to vibrate in a way that is congruent rather than dissonant with the whole. And so this work is designed to just invite all of these different aspects to come back into harmony. So it's an energetic healing, it's an energetic intervention, so this isn't at the psychological or the emotional level, although it can ripple through those layers, but it's an energetic adjustment to help bring you back to center, and I'm really excited to offer it. So if it resonates, please let me know, and my website is handsoverheart.com, and I hope to have the opportunity to share this with you. I'm really excited. I've done it on myself, and it feels amazing, and I think it's really relevant for our times. There's a lot of energy stirred up in the collective consciousness of anger and fear and resentments and disharmony, and I'm certainly not going to tell you you have to love everyone and get along with everybody. A lot of people are just really in there like, I am not happy with the people who are not sharing my core values, and that's understandable, but I would argue that we brave and go through such times in a much healthier, happier way if we're in harmony with ourselves, if we're not at war between two different chakras fighting for different experiences, if we move through the world and make choices that are harmonious with the whole. And I believe this healing will support you in that intention. And of course there are a lot of layers to it, but this can really help connect you with the essence of who you are, which I think really supports us in moving through the world. It's a completely different mechanism than the soul retrieval work that I do, which is at the core of my practice, where I'm going and finding soul parts that have become separated and bringing them back to you. But I believe that it has a similar kind of benefit for the people that I work with of getting them reconnected to themselves. And it's something that you could do more than once. The more often you have your soul note really alive and vibrant and clear inside of you, the easier it is to find your way back to that part of yourself. But having it as a tool to say, wow, I've really gotten out of alignment. This could be a self-care practice that very quickly brings you back to center. So thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Katie Weatherup, and you can learn more about me and my work at my website, which is handsoverheart.com.